Hi, it's Sandy Pro, and welcome back to my channel. Today, it's another installment of Wildlife in the Hood. This blanket reminded me of something that visited the yard years ago. Let's start with the blanket. It reminds me of Maine. Let's look at the black and red buffalo plaid. This is often worn, or used to be worn, by hunters when they would go out in the woods with a pair of green wool pants. And then after years and years of wearing this, it became a tradition. Then the law changed and they have to wear blaze orange in order to hunt in the state. So we don't see as many red and black shirts for hunting, but we see them in apparel, from ladies' dresses and little boys' shirts and pillows and blankets, as you can see here. It's about time for me to wash this one and put it away for the season. The next section reminds me of all the Indians that once lived in the state of Maine. We have different tribes here, and this portion represents them. Of course, Maine is the pine tree state, so we have pine trees. We also have moose. But the story for today is about this guy right here, a black bear. Back in 2020, in the month of November, I had my game camera out, as I often have out in the yard, and I was expecting to see deer this particular night. But remember in 2020 when the world got quiet and we weren't going places and we were not in stores as often, we had drive-through pickups for groceries. Things changed back then when we had the pandemic. So around here, traffic got even less than it is right now. So the wildlife was seen more out and about. This night I put the camera up and on, and lo and behold, the next morning when I brought the chip in and checked it out in the computer, I found one picture, and it's kind of blurry, but it was in motion, of a black bear in my backyard. Now I live in Maine, they reside here, but I live in southern Maine, which is a little bit more populated, and I live quite close to town, so that was the last thing I expected to see in my backyard. Certainly it happened. I have a picture, and I thought it would be perfect for an installment of Wildlife in the Hood. I've seen just about everything here. Just have to be patient, and eventually something comes by. So you can take a look at the picture. Once again, it's very blurry because it was in motion, but that's the only one I had. And I just thought I would share it with you. A picture of a Maine black bear in my backyard. And from what I've been told by others, it was a pretty good size one. I'm not so good at judging the size, but I know it wasn't a baby. It was an adult. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch today. I appreciate it. Have a great day. It's Sandy Pro. Gotta go. Bye.